Welcome to the What's the Damage podcast with your host, Leo Van Dammage.
And we're live. It's all good. How's it going?
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo. All right.
Fish shizzle.
Welcome, guys. This is Leo from What's the Damage podcast. I am a Brazzers and Pornhub connoisseur. I'm here today with Sean Gorman from In Search of Sun, formerly Driven.
That's it.
Yeah. And the EarlOfEasycore, Tot.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Konnichiwa, Wagwanistan.
For those who don't know, Tot is Asian. So
Raging lunatic.
raging lunatic, resident Asian.
Mental Oriental.
Yeah, mental Oriental.
Yeah,
nice. Never heard that one before. Cool. Right. Okay. So basically, I know this has been in the pipeline for a while.
Yeah.
And you know, thanks for giving me your time today. We just sit down, have a quick little chat, shoot the shit, and yeah. So when you tell the people, Sean, where you're from, what you do, and
I'm from the wonderful kingdom of Harrow.
yeah,
Born and raised.
born and raised.
Well, not really. Shepherd's Bush kind of born and raised. But yeah, man, just a Harrow resident.
And why are you here today? Well, why am I here today? 'Cause
You're
I'm
here
at your fucking
to
place.
talk about my band.
Your band.
In
Your
Search
band.
of Sun.
In Search of Sun. Right.
And,
Okay. So you guys just recently played Download, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
How was that?
Very good. And an eye-opening experience. Even though I can't fucking remember anything, man.
Oh, by the way, you can say fuck. I know you didn't ask, but you can just say fuck. All you
Yeah, I
want.
just kind of assumed, and the fact that he's here as well, man.
Yeah, so Tot is, as we mentioned, Tot's a bit crazy. The mad Asian engineer,
Yeah.
and yeah, so he's definitely will be swearing and saying some shit.
Well, obscure profanities more than anything else, yes.
We've already been watching Badger documentaries that he put on this morning.
So I fucking just turned up here. You guys are watching Shawshank on mute.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I've got a lisp because I bit my tongue, so...
Yeah, I saw that. What the fuck happened?
I bit into a burrito and I went through the tortilla, went through the peppers, went through the chicken breast
And your tongue.
and my tongue.
Nice.
No,
When did
so-
you have a burrito?
I had it like 2 weeks ago. It was my post-workout protein meal. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting podcast. Like,
Fuck
music
it.
and shit.
I would talk about everything, man.
Lisps and badgers, man.
Lisps and badgers and fox hunting.
Yeah, no, that's what that's that. Look, I mean, I said this when I was talking to a friend of mine about doing podcasts generally, and I said to him that basically it's just a conversation between people. That's all it needs to be, and as long as we can create a dialogue and a narrative and just talk about shit. If you got something to say, just say it. Say whatever the fuck you want to say, and
That's
we'll
good,
just go
man.
from there. But that's why, yeah, because I know you guys are blowing up right now.
Well-
So In Search of Sun, because I'm actually in your home base right now, right? So.
I see you repping stuff, man. It's much appreciated.
Yep, that
When
and,
anyone does that.
Kill for Company and ice sauce in such a song. It's like discount 5 sauce, but ice sauce.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, I bought the album like a month ago.
Yeah.
When I didn't. Did it just drop on iTunes recently?
It's been out for a
I
while.
didn't even know. I just saw it and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the album's out on iTunes. Yeah, I'm buying that shit straight away.
End of 2014, I think it's been up since. But
Yeah,
people are still catching it.
yeah, but that's good. I mean, like obviously word of mouth is spreading. It's going around and stuff like that. What was obviously, so you're the drummer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what was it like fucking drumming at Download, like one of the biggest festivals, I would say, in the world, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. There's a live video actually on my YouTube channel of those boys hitting it.
What's
live.
your YouTube channel for the people listening? I'll link it in.
Just search EarlOfEasycore on YouTube.
Catches me every time.
No shit.
First of all, this dude is 2,000 or so views away from earning his first 50 from YouTube.
For £50 or 50 pence.
I'm sorry. The problem is I monetize my YouTube channel mostly for music covers and stuff, but obviously without the permission of the artist. So YouTube are basically saying, no, you can't earn that money. So yeah.
So you're not getting money?
I'm not getting money. I'm not
Yeah,
getting
they
money.
changed their things recently.
Yeah,
right?
no,
I'm not going to diss YouTube because I want them to love me loads.
Yeah.
They just changed their rules recently.
No,
Like,
you can't
swear.
You can't,
and
no
can't do-
profanity. So this
Fuck.
shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck.
We can't drop the other 4-letter words, so probably not.
Which are the other 4-letter words?
See you next Tuesday.
Cunt.
Cunt.
Cunt. You said cunt.
Yeah.
I don't care. Look, like I said this. I said it earlier. I don't care.
Plosive
And they're
consonant.
just words.
Yeah, they're just words. As long as if you give it power, like if you start going, oh yeah, well, you know, fucking yeah. If you just, I mean, like here in the UK, was it twat? Twat's nothing.
Yeah.
Right. But in America, it's twat, and that's just as bad as saying cunt.
Mate, the word cunt is bad for them apparently. Sorry.
They look at you with distaste.
But it's part of the
dictionary.
Yeah, yes. It should be in the dictionary.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure. I reckon if we looked it up.
Swear words in the dictionary.
Yeah. Well, like, so when I was so we went to the same school.
We all went to the same school.
just FYI. So when I was in the classrooms and the internet, I used to watch them like the early E-Bombs World, Rotten.com websites. You know, the internet was still dial-up fresh.
Invalid spear toss.
And I used to, you know, that
Buffy
fucking,
swears, wasn't it?
there was, I remember watching a video about the origin of the word fuck, which is German, fricken.
Fricken,
yeah.
Strike.
Yeah. And that's, so I'm guessing like it would exist, but now it's used in a derogatory term.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, the word fuck. How many
Is this podcast is just going to be about swear words?
no, the etymology or just how the context of the English language has developed. How many people listening to this would either thank fuck or thank God? I think it's going to be 75-50. I'm meant to be a fucking engineer. 75-25 would probably say thank fuck. So fucking porn, brazzers, like e-fucked. That has
Everyone. Oh my god! You dropped the holy grail of porn websites.
e-fucked. That's just like. That is comical gonzo porn at the best, and the thing is, most people will tune into porn and they go to church and get Holy Communion.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about
There's
right now.
a good majority of people who would do that, but
True. But going on a tangent, you were talking about In Search of Sun, so yeah.
That's fine. I don't know how we connected this to
Gonzo porn, man. Already,
check this out, right?
We're not a minute in.
Most people would edit this entire part of the conversation out, but I'm keeping it in because it's comedy gold.
It's fresh, man.
So yeah,
this
fuck
is
it,
real life.
fresh to death, man. We're gonna keep it in. So 3,000. I'm gonna steer away
What
from.
was it like playing?
Yeah, what was it like fucking playing in front of that many people?
To the hotel room the night before, because all the way in the lead up to the gig was just pure stress, man.
What do you mean?
Mental stress.
So there's like a lot of all three people that will listen to this podcast, that subscribe and listen to my podcast.
Soon to be 3,000.
Yeah, soon to be, but at the moment it's like 3, maybe 2. They don't know. Nobody knows what that's like, and then you have no idea what it is to go from like, you know, somebody who works like a normal job day to day. What does he do on a day to day basis as a
just
normal?
like machines. Well, I work in the office mostly now, but it's like a haulage firm.
Right. So you do that on a day to day basis.
Yeah.
And then you're basically a rock star on the side, and then you come back, you get that sort of adrenaline dump, and then you go straight back to normal life.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
So yeah, talk me through. So we're talking the hotel the night before.
Yeah, just stressing, man. Going over the set numerous times in my head. Just can't sleep. The room was hot as shit. You had a fan blasting. Everyone was already asleep by this point. I went through the set about 4 times in my head, man. Eventually managed to get some sleep. And then the next day was just all the way up until the gig, man. It was exciting. Like, you see things that you would never see before. Like, we went backstage into the artist area, rolling around there, got taken from one place to another in a truck.
What, like escorted and shit?
Yeah. And yeah, man, just in the dressing room then beforehand, I remember just being in there, just nerves on fire.
Yeah, and like not before. Obviously, you've played live loads of times, right? But we're talking again, as we said, one of the biggest.
Yeah, when you step out there and you actually see, but just setting up and sound checking, there's people. The tent was full already.
Yeah, it rained, so luckily it was handy for you boys.
Yeah, it rained as well. Like as we started, so more people came in. But fuck, man, just being up there and sound. It kind of the nerves died down a bit whilst we were up there.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, I don't even remember the gig. It was just a blur. I was just trying to hold it
By the way,
together.
for the people that are listening, if you hear cracking and tacking and all that shit, it's because Sean keeps fucking around with the mic.
Oh, right.
Because he's trying to figure out what else
Does
to
that
talk
make it
about.
crack?
Yeah, but no, what I mean is like because it taps, right? So you do
Oh,
this,
yeah.
like so it taps. But the reason is because he's trying to figure out what to fucking talk about.
Yeah,
Because he's like,
pretty much.
I'm kind of like
I'm
confused.
trying to remember back to the gig, man, but I just can't.
It's kind of like a blur, I guess. It's sort of like, if I had to describe what something would that be like in the same sort of capacity as, and maybe what something you wouldn't think would move as quickly as it does, and it's sort of like a blur, right? And it just goes from point A to point B, and next thing you know, you're on stage, fucking.
That's it.
Go
You
for
start, and then everything's going well. As soon as that first song is finished, man, you hear that roar of people. That's when it's like, oh shit, I'm in the moment now. But yeah, man, it was quite nerve wracking.
And then what was it like afterwards? Because I can imagine you'd have like
Afterwards
some
was
huge dump of
quality.
adrenaline.
yeah. Afterwards, well, it was pissing down, man. So we had a job to get our gear out of there. Everything, the tent was getting flooded.
You guys do that yourselves, right?
What?
You guys get your gear out yourself.
Oh yeah.
do.
Well, we had a few guys with us.
Yeah.
And that, but
Yeah, but luckily you guys are using campers, so you don't have to haul massive rigs out and about like you used to. So
I mean, you still got to get everything off pretty quickly. So we just did the best we could. Put all the gear down in the bit next to the stage, and then the heavens opened and it just got flooded, man.
That's right, because you did your bit and you're like, I've had my shot.
Yeah. But then it was a nightmare because the water's coming up through the ground. We got amps on the ground, everyone's freaking out, but like at the same time you're like, oh shit, this is
Still buzzing, yeah.
Still buzzing, man. I wanted to kind of go back up there again.
I mean, you seem like, just take a look at the photos from Download 2016 and you would understand how horrendous it was. It's I was gonna say it's like a localized version of Hurricane Katrina in sunny.
By the way,
old
Tot likes
Leicestershire.
to be the master of the show, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's like, I'll let Sean have his bit, and then I'm just going to take over
No,
Leo's
you-
show.
This is
But it's
the
all good,
Earl-
man. I
this
like
is
it.
The
Okay.
EarlOfEasycore right
Yeah.
here.
No,
man.
it's Donington. Donington's great. It's a good venue for any sort of gig, and the thing that most people like about that sort of fraternity and that setting is the walk back from the stages to the campsite. Like,
Why? You know what? I've been to Download once. I went to the first ever Download before it was Donington. Like
Monsters of Rock.
2006, 2005,
It
something.
was 506.
no, it was before. I think it was 2004, 2005.
Because it used to be Monsters of Rock
Yeah. So this was the first Download. You know when the symbol was the little dog.
with the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, and I a friend of mine, he won tickets off Metal Hammer, like you know the magazine, right? And he was like, "Hey, dude, you want to come?" So we went down there, but it was only like the day thing. Iron Maiden headlined on the Sunday, so we're like, "Yeah, cool, we'll do that." So I don't actually know what the I mean, I could equate it to a Reading festival. Oh, it was great. Well, I mean, this is years
That's the
ago,
thing.
so it's nice and sunny, and then like
Everyone's walking around, chilling, having a good time. You can meet more people when it's like that. But when
Butt
it rains,
scratcher?
man, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nightmare.
that's because it's the UK though. That's why.
Yeah, they always catch that bad.
Yeah, but
weather.
you love
For sure, bring that mic closer to your mouth.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, but
My mic's a shit, but it works.
Michael Barrymore.
Yeah. Next subject.
What's this?
M. Barrymore, man.
Michael Barrymore. Bathing with a Barrymore.
On the Mickey B.
Mickey B in the swimming pool.
Yeah,
must
he
have been-
definitely wasn't at Download.
Who? Me? No, him.
Michael Barrymore.
Michael Barrymore.
Yeah.
It was just as good as Michael Barrymore's swimming pool. There's so many bodies underneath all that water.
Do you know what?
Did it come up really high? Like, did it flood?
The tanks.
it flooded,
the,
yeah.
The campsite
Oh, really?
was submerged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said check out the photos.
I didn't actually know it was that bad.
Savage, man.
bad.
If you camp in the wrong place, like people just have to leave.
It was like New Orleans at Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so you went there?
I was there.
similar.
No, what I mean is you went there, you went to that subject, right?
Yeah, I went there.
So speaking of just on a tangent, I remember there was an episode of Family Guy, and they do these little cutbacks, as they always do, to something other subject when they reference it. And then they talk about the lost city of New Orleans underwater, and the people are looking at it like in an aquarium kind of thing. And then this girl, like skeleton of a girl's got her like top up when the Mardi Gras necklaces, and she's floating past, and then next to her is like a Girls Gone Wild like guy with a camera. Like he's going past there as well. So Yeah, it's just about insensitive jokes. It's fine.
Yeah, New Orleans and Barrymore in within a minute. Like,
Yeah.
you nailed it.
Well,
there.
how far are we? We're 14 minutes in, and the Tot's already fucking up my podcast, trying to get me into trouble.
So there's a line we can't cross. And
No, cross it, man.
Cross it. Okay.
Cross it. Cross all the lines you want to cross, man. There are no lines.
All
The
right.
line is a dot. Go.
Okay.
Don't tell him that.
No.
Don't tell him that.
No, I can't go there. But basically, the campsites, festival campsites are brilliant. Like we'd be marching home from the band. I don't know what the In Search of Some Boys are like because they had their VIP.
Did you stay in private? Did you? Obviously, you didn't camp, right? You stayed in nice hotels and shit.
In the VIP bit, which was great because it was right on the racetrack.
Yeah.
Did you guys meet anybody cool? Like any famous people?
The only person that I came into contact with really was we kind of nearly bumped into Baby Metal.
Man,
They walked past us.
I have this thing about Baby Man. I'm all down for that shit, man.
How old are those chicks?
So
140F.
Oh yeah.
so they what's 140F?
I don't think I'm allowed to say it.
Say it.
140F is.
I'll edit it out, so we'll start from this point.
Yeah.
Say it. Go.
140F is basically code for jailbait. So 14TF Tango Foxtrot the future.
Right.
I mean,
One for the future.
No, I get it. I
yeah,
get
yeah.
It, I get it.
So when I say 140F, people kind of instantly know. Okay, that's what it is.
Pedo shit that you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Pretty much,
It's,
yeah.
But it's.
But it might not be because that's why I was. I
So
couldn't tell.
no, they're not. So like I think because they're like super manufactured as a
Yeah.
band, and I think when they first brought out Gimme Chocolate,
Yeah.
which is like that.
Fuck knows, man.
They were, I think, two of them were 14 and one of them was like 16.
Oh, so they're quite young. Then.
So I think now they're over the age limit for the UK. Anyway.
I thought they were like in their 20s, man.
No, but
They
They
might be, dude. They might be. I don't
That's
fucking
what I-
know.
Well, most Japanese bands are like that. You got Baby Metal, and then now there's Lady Baby, who kind of do the same thing, but they got some hench sort of Western death metaler vocalist that's dressing in that. What's that Japanese high school sort of dressy type stuff?
You mean the high school uniform?
Yeah, kinda like that.
Yeah, the Japanese schoolgirl porn
Yeah,
uniform
so
thing.
he's
yeah.
in on the act.
It's a
with-
dude.
Yeah, it's a dude.
Oh.
I seriously, if you like Baby Metal, Lady Baby will probably blow your mind
Lady
because
Baby.
it's quite orchestral, and if you're into sort of speed metal and thrash with a bit of cute Asian slurs behind it, then it's good.
I wouldn't
the
listen
videos
to
are great.
him.
No,
I'm
I
not going to listen to him.
Not
No.
good music.
no, it is good music.
I don't mind Baby Metal. What would you got? So what do you class In Search of Some? I'm gonna bring it back to In Search of Some because that's what. Let's talk about that for a bit, and then
Yeah.
we'll just fuck around with Top for a while.
Yeah, good idea.
ISOS, yeah, ISOS.
I don't even know how to class it, man. People ask that shit all the time, and I just can't really put like a genre on it, if you like. I guess
It's
you.
kind of like a metal slash maybe a
It's
little
very
bit
groovy. It's like
next gen metal kind of
It's
thing, I
really
guess.
broad,
Yeah.
man. Probably just alternative rock.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
The best way to put it, because it's that's a big umbrella.
No,
Yeah.
I mean certain some of the new stuff on this coming album is just really groovy, so much flow, and
Have you heard it? Have you heard parts of it already?
I've heard bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
What's the new album called?
Virgin Funk Mother.
Wow, that's cool, man. When's it drop? Do you know?
I
mean,
don't have a date as yet.
Don't have a date, yeah.
Looking for hopefully before Christmas.
Right,
or
that's cool.
Around that time, I don't know, man.
What's it like? Do you mind if I ask? Just because I've sort of had brief touches with iTunes on the back end side of things. What's it like working with them as an artist? Do you know?
iTunes.
Yeah, like Apple, yeah, because you got your stuff on iTunes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just curious about how so they monetize it. Excuse me, so I got to clear my
I don't know,
throat.
man. I can't say. I don't never go into that side of things.
Yeah,
But as far as I know, we do quite well with it. Like we get that first album that we brought out, and that Elevation single, man. It's kind of generated a bit of coin.
yeah. So that kind of brings me on to my next subject, really,
Yeah.
which was I think we talked about just before we started the podcast. Was you have like a real life job, day job.
Yeah.
You work as a normal person. You're a normal guy, right? And then obviously you bounce back to do In Search of Sun, drumming for them, and can one earn at the moment? Like, is it there? Is the revenue there? You know, can one like keep that revenue open? Is it a decent revenue stream to keep you afloat without having to have a normal job?
The level that we're at now,
It's difficult.
it's not enough to support us individually.
Yeah.
But it goes all back into the band, and it's just swings and roundabouts.
Yeah,
You
just keep
what
yourselves
we need,
going,
and
yeah.
Then, like, you know.
So it's almost like communism. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just earn off it, earn off it internally and throw it back into you guys and keep going.
I'm grateful to get anything. I don't even think about the money at this stage. Like, I'm just grateful for people to listen to it and for it to be out there. Like, that's why the Spotify thing, I don't mind it at all. Like, at this point in
Some
time,
cats are not about that life, man, and I can understand why, because they just don't give the money out to the people. And, you know, they don't like. I mean, I think they give like a quarter of a cent or some shit like that.
Yeah, I know it's bad.
It's not a lot.
But for someone like us, at the minute, it's great. Cause
Have you got your shit on Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So people can find all your work on there, yeah?
Yeah, but it's just easy, man. People just, everyone seems to have that, so
It's convenient.
it's easy to get to, and you can
Share.
you share it, you get it out to people that would never have heard it either. That's what the good thing about the internet is.
And then the thing about Spotify is, like, if you're basically to say, what sort of music are you? Just go into and search your son's channel and start a radio, and then you could find similar artists.
Yeah,
if you wanted
exactly,
To do
yeah.
something
I've
like
found so much good music on Spotify, just surfing through it and going into related artists and people's playlists and shit. Found things that I would never have even dreamt of looking for.
That's how I found a lot of the bands. I mean, back in the day before Spotify, on MySpace.
Yeah.
Was
that. Good old MySpace.
yeah,
Same
man.
thing.
But I would go on people's MySpace pages, like friends of mine and stuff. They'd have like, you know, you it was like basic coding that you'd have to do.
MySpace HTML with
MySpace,
raindrops and
yeah,
daggers.
exactly. But you'd see like people would code in like YouTube videos and shit onto
Yeah.
onto their pages, and you'd say like, oh, what song is this? Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard that. That's how I came across Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, okay, cool. This is pretty good.
MySpace was great when it first came out.
Do you know what the biggest pain in the arse
That's how
is?
Skrillex became big, by the way. Sorry to cut you off. Skrillex, you were in MySpace, yeah.
He was in that shit emo band
Yeah.
before as well. I can't remember the name.
I
of
mean,
it.
I know what you're talking. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Go on. Sorry, go on.
I was
Sorry.
telling you, if most of us had the production capability, like this is like all the independent artists at the moment, had the production capability back in like early 2000s and putting this shit on MySpace, then the story would be completely different, I'd say.
What do you mean?
It's very easy for people to demo and track tunes in a space of a week. You can do it in your own bedroom. I mean, like in Search's guitarists, they're always on Cubase and stuff and jamming and demoing. And
What's Cubase? I don't know. Sorry.
it's a digital audio workstation, so it's
Like
basically
Logic and stuff.
like
Okay.
Logic and Reason and Ableton. But you can get pretty much 90% of the stuff done on your PC and bounce it onto the internet. Like guys like Daniel Bedingfield were doing this back in the early noughties, and that, like, it's a shame.
Oh right, I was
Yeah,
just thinking.
so-
He said Daniel Bedingfield. I was like, I know that fucking name.
Gotta get through this, and gotta get through this.
Oh man,
It's
YouTube.
gotta be May.
YouTube are gonna fucking
May.
charge me for this now.
But long and short of it is, we're like several generations behind in riding that crest of the wave way back when digital online music was sort of kicking off. So,
So if we were once ahead, we'd be like, In Search of Sun would be the new Metallica, is what I'm saying.
yeah, kind of, or let's say Incubus.
You just say Jesus.
Jesus
You
Christ.
got an understanding, me and Jesus.
Jesus. But yeah, long and short of it is, these boys are doing music and sending it to people that would love it. So spreading the love. It's not all about the coin. Well, it is, but I'm sort of staring at Andy Dufresne at the moment.
It is
on-
ultimately,
Yeah, so at the
man,
moment, like sort of in the background, we still have Shawshank on because
It's
that's
the
the
scene
longest
where-
movie in the
yeah.
world.
It's the scene where Matey Boy wants to stab. He wants to stay in prison, isn't it?
Yeah. Andy Dufresne's trying to talk somebody out of the old geezer stabbing the other dude. This is just going to turn into a movie podcast. Yeah, we're just going to fucking narrate Shawshank.
The
like,
works of Stephen King.
We'll send this over to who did Shawshank?
I don't know who directed it. I know Stephen King wrote it.
Stephen King wrote. So we'll send it over to the director. So look, this is on your new release, the Blu-ray release, on the 4K release. This is a new commentary. You want to put this on
Extended
commentary for the movie, and it's all good, man. So let's just say, for example, like you were to like blow up, right? Your band was like to blow up, like In Search of Sun, next biggest thing, right? What's the next venue like you would love to play?
One venue that we've always wanted to play that we haven't done yet is Corporation in Sheffield.
Why Sheffield of all places?
I
I would have
know.
been like Wembley Arena.
We ended up
Wembley
doing...
Stadium. I want to do a Queen, clear out Wembley Stadium. Do you know what, fucking, just before you go on to that, I don't know who it was. Somebody posted something the other day. It was like 30 years ago or something like that. Like
Iron
a few
Maiden?
days ago. No. Shut up, Todd. Shut the fuck up. No, I'm joking. It's Metallica. Metallica played in front of like 1.6 million people in Moscow.
Shit.
That's a lot of fucking people, dude.
I would lose my mind if I had to go on to 1.6 million people. It'd be amazing, but the stress that we had playing for 3,000 people and the stress that would happen if you played there.
I don't think people realize how many 3,000 people actually. Like if you saw 3,000 people standing in one place, that's a lot of
I
fucking
didn't
people,
think
man.
there was that many people in there.
That's basically like our old high school hall for assembly multiplied by 6.
It's so sad that you know that. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Hashtag Salvatorian College.
You're probably not wrong though.
Yeah, it's quite it's a small town.
For any of the Salvos listening, do you guys, does any of the Salvos, this is a message to all Salvos out there who are about our age. Do you remember that kid falling through the stage?
Oh, yeah. That was brilliant.
During the huge assembly. Adrian Daly,
Christ.
you know who Adrian Daly
Oh,
is?
God,
Adrian
yeah,
Daly
yeah.
remembers, because we were talking about this. And Mr. Ruan.
Mr. Ruan, oh Mr.
That,
Ruan.
that kid who fell through the stage, if I remember rightly, was quite a portly young fellow as well.
Basically, you're saying he's a fat cunt.
There was a trap door. There was a trap door, and he just dropped straight through. Right? Yeah.
And like, weren't they up there because it was the first week of school or something?
And all the year 7s had to go up there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just glad it wasn't me because I'm quite portly. quite portly.
And they couldn't get him out then.
Yeah, and it was and then you had Mr. Ruan, who all of his friends were dead.
Yeah, he kept clapping his hands and
Yeah.
And he'd go, my friends, they're dead. I knew a girl, and one day she hit her head and she died.
I never spoke to that dude once. The whole time.
Oh, so you don't know that? You don't know about the stories? Were you
I
ever
know,
in his
yeah, I
class?
know about
You're
the
quite well
stories.
spoken. I would assumed you would have been
Yeah.
top group English.
yeah, I had a lot of respect for Ruan. He was a top-notch geezer. He
He
died.
actually was top notch.
Yeah, he was. If you earn mutual respect with him, so anybody who is under the age of 16 and listening to this podcast, respect your teachers. They're not all cunts because they might want to take you out for a drink when you're 18. So YOLO and thing.
Yeah, that guy was. He was a cool dude, man. I think I got really stoned. I had to fucking write. I'm admitting that I do drugs here. I had to write some like report on like a visual report or something I'd seen or whatever. Some creative story I had to write.
You were licked.
Lean.
And I got absolutely fucked off my face at home. And then put Star Wars on, and then wrote basically the next morning on the way to school. Just wrote it out in my book. Like creative story about Star Wars, and basically ripped off the entire story of Star Wars 1, the first, A New Hope, and then hoping I was like, he's not cool, he's a teacher, he won't know.
That's the mentality.
And he gave it back to me as if to say, and he wrote on there, it's like, do you think I've not seen Star Wars? But obviously I didn't call it Star Wars. And from then on, I think he was kind of like, nice try, kid.
People used to hand in Metallica tunes as their coursework in music and stuff.
Yeah, teachers didn't know that shit. Now they
Everyone
Google
knows
that shit. Yeah.
But
And they know straight away, like, you're a lying piece of shit.
that's,
Plagiarism, essay banks. You don't need essay banks
the
anymore.
internet fucked it for people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good. I think the internet's amazing anyway because apart from all the weird porn I can now watch.
E-fucked.
Yeah.
Courtesy of E-fucked.
They're like
This guy,
sponsoring
this
eFuck
guy to
or
my
something.
right, Todd, you know for sure he's on tranny porn. Like
Oh, yeah,
he's
cool.
gone past
Oh, everything, man or beast.
No. It's
man on beast.
Yeah.
only in E-fucked and Japan can one's dinner can also be a porn star.
It's true. Yeah. Octopus. Yeah. Squid.
I'll give you that.
Tentacle porn.
They're the only Japanese I know.
So Todd, basic. I like you're just whenever I think of you, because I see you a lot on Facebook and YouTube and all this stuff.
God help you.
And I can't, he just fills my feed, like just like I was filling people's feed with booty twerking a little while ago.
Oh yeah, no, that was good, man.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
see,
stop that.
so yeah, right, okay, that's on record, right?
Yeah,
we have that on record. Okay,
I'd see that every
see how
so
many
often.
people are like, oh, dude, you can't do that, man. You got to stop. It comes up on my feed. I'm on the train to work. And
Who's twerking? Sorry.
I used to post I used to share like every single twerking video I came across.
That's good.
Like,
that'd be good to start the day off.
and it used to fill people's like feed, and people were pissed to the point where they're like, "I'm just gonna unfollow you now."
Unfollow, unfriend, yeah, but
Yeah, and they were, and then now that I'm like friends with my girlfriend's dad on Facebook, I went back.
He might appreciate it.
No, he won't. he's upper white class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, he's not about that life. So I had to go back all the way to the beginning of my twerkingness posting and delete
Twerk
them all.
history.
Yeah, and delete them all.
twerk history.
The twerk history. Yeah.
That ass.
I think you should bring it back, man.
I can't do it, man.
Make
I
a
got
page or something so people don't know it's you.
yeah.
Twerk of the day or something.
Twerk of the day, yeah. No, but then I'm just stealing other people's twerk. Maybe I should go out and make my own twerking videos. I go out there and I'm like, all right, let's go to these strip clubs.
Even better.
Let's do
This
this.
guy's twerking at the moment on screen.
Yeah, so we're at the scene where the old geezer with the bird kills himself at Shawshank, and it's Brooks. Yeah,
was
Brooks was
here.
here.
Yeah, and his ass is twerking because he's
Not anymore, bruv. That dude's ghost like
he's
Swayze.
dead. He's brown bread, man.
He's ghost like Swayze, mate. It's done. It's all cool. So right. Back to In Search of Sun. We're just gonna go back and forth.
That's fine.
But it gives you time to think about shit you want to say because you're all nervous.
Oh, I'm blank anyway, man.
Yeah, because you guys were out last night, right?
No,
Well,
we
you
just
weren't
had
out or
pizza
in.
here.
I had a big session.
Yeah,
of
but
beers
pizza with
yesterday.
you, dude, is not just. I mean, you don't hang very often because you live in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. But for sure, I can imagine pizza with you is not just pizza with you. It's like pizza with you plus chlamydia, like the experience.
Chlamydia, go balls.
BD, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Because I remember, right? So I remember seeing you in mosh pits.
Oh shit, yeah.
When we were younger, at WRC, and you used to rock around just windmilling every single thing that moved, and I can just imagine that's what you do now.
No, I'm quite a respected professional engineer. I've had to leave my sort of heathen ways behind.
Heathen ways behind.
Yeah. I still like crowd
They still
surfing.
creep in though every so often.
Yeah, like Lord Keefe of Solomon Pongo is my alter ego. When they have like,
AKA.
yeah, EarlOfEasycore in the weekends, not as often as I used to. Kill a bottle of, well, it used to be Jägermeister with a shitload of Monster Energy. Now it's just gin and tonic. I just neck a litre of gin and tonic with Spanish Dave, and then we go out to a gig.
Spanish Dave is part of In Search of Sun.
Yeah,
as well, right?
he's one of their two guitarists.
Yep. Okay.
That gin will wreck your life, man.
Yeah.
Do you guys party at like the rock stars do? Like, does In Search of Sun do it? Do you guys?
Pretty much.
You live the rock star lifestyle. You try to.
Yeah.
And they clean up after themselves.
Without
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I'm here now. It's quite
without the
neat.
glitz and glamour.
Yeah, but that's better. It's all
definitely-
gritty and dirty, right?
Yeah, shit
So,
kickers.
you guys all basically In Search of Sun live in this house. You guys all stay in here,
Pretty much,
like a
yeah.
like a fucking like boy band, the TV show,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and Tori as well.
Tori lives here too.
Manager Tori.
Manager Tori. Yeah, he's gonna come and do the podcast with me. We're gonna do an episode together,
Wicked.
and we're gonna talk about you guys. I'm sure what he'll do is he'll listen to this,
And then
critique it, and go, "What the fuck is this, guys? You're supposed to talk about the band. You're talking about
Yeah.
fucking amputee porn.
Brooks.
Why is Tot on the fucking podcast?"
I'm glad Tot's here.
Yeah, and now, so am I, because we have somebody to divert to when we need porn questions asked.
Tot come round to fix Dave's car and ended up doing a podcast.
Yeah. I basically, my old wheels, I had a Toyota Celica, upgraded my car and had a load of stuff, and because
Are you advertising the fact that you're breaking this car right now on my podcast?
no, I flogged the car.
Guys,
off.
just letting you know that I'm breaking the pieces, so feel free to buy any parts. They're on this website.
No, it was. I had a load of stuff in my garage and it was taking up a lot of space. And I thought, well, it's going to go to the skip anyway. So I thought, yep, I'll give my wheels to Dave because that idiot crashed his car and curbed the wheels.
This is Spanish Dave, right?
Spanish Dave.
Dave, last name is Ferreira?
Mena
Ferrer, yeah. Okay, because I keep thinking Ferrero Rocher.
You got two surnames.
But that's just because I'm a fat fuck, so...
Spanish naming conventions, yeah, paternal and maternal names.
let's talk about. So we got Adam Leader, Sean, she's yourself,
Yeah.
Spanish Dave. Who else is in the band?
Rory K,
Rory K, and
the dreaded Menace,
the dreaded Menace,
and Fawaz, the King of Langley.
the King of Langley.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's because he lives in Langley.
He used to.
Yeah. Okay. So how did talk to me? So like, again, so this is for people that may not have listened to what you guys were before, which was Driven, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did Driven start? Where did it go from? And then why In Search of Sun? Why the name change?
Okay, well, Driven started with Adam and Dave, who...
Adam's your lead singer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they
Dave's
started
obviously
jamming.
is he a lead guitarist?
Rhythm.
Okay.
I
Rhythm
guess.
guitar. Rhythm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess you would call him a rhythm guitarist.
Okay.
But yeah, they started jamming, and then got me in originally, and I ended up leaving, kind of, and they got another dude in to play drums, and then Rory. Oh well, Fawaz was there from the start as well. They got Rory
The
in.
dreaded Menace.
Yeah, and then and then a couple of years in, their old drummer left, and then I came back.
And Titot's always been around.
Titot's been around since day one, man.
Yeah,
Repping it.
yeah, their gigs
For
when they
the
were sort
Indo.
of Driven Uck. Their first gig was at over
Driven
at.
UK.
Yeah.
That's basically the story behind why they had to change the name. So Sean probably fit it in, but
We had to change it, man. Driven's just not gonna cut it.
Do you know what? But so when I Dave used to talk to me about Driven. He used to say Driven was he was like, that's how I feel about how we
Yeah, it
feel
was-
about it.
yeah.
And I was like, it makes
People
sense.
don't see it, like, if you just see that and you
Yeah.
don't know what we're about or anything, you don't really you don't get that. You just think cars and shit. And that's, if you search it in the internet, that's
Yeah.
all we were getting, like
you
cars.
can't get a
and stuff.
.com or a .co.uk.
Yeah, it's all done, man. It's just a bit too commonplace.
So who came up with In Search of Sun
It was the name of a song.
Okay.
EP.
Yeah.
on the EP? Okay.
No, it was on the yeah.
It's originally on the EP,
Yeah, it was
wasn't
on the album.
And
Fucking
then
Tot
they-
knows more about your band than you do.
But-
So you should just be quiet and we should just say Tot.
Shut up, blood. No.
Yeah, man. No, it was a tune on the album. You fucked me up there for a minute. I was thinking, like, but yeah, and then we just decided. Well, we went through numerous ideas and people arguing about the name change and shit. And then eventually it was just like, use this.
Well, it's kind of like Linkin Park, how they were called Linkin Park because they're originally meant to be called Hypertheory, so they just swapped it around.
See, I heard the stories that they say that they call themselves Linkin Park because there's a Linkin Park everywhere. Like wherever you go, there's always a Linkin Park.
A link in a park.
Linkin Park, like tickles the grand blood.
Send me that link.
No. There's a place called Linkin Park pretty much in every state in America,
Alright.
or there's a road or Linkin Park Road or whatever. It's just where they came up with it because it just meant that they're everywhere. You know, there's always like a Martin Luther Drive somewhere.
Yeah, Luther Vandross.
Yeah,
Luther
Vandross.
Drive,
Yeah. You got what I need.
Lex Luthor Road.
Yeah, Lex Luthor Road, Superman Highway. So yeah, it's okay. So In Search of Sun, you guys sort of came up with it, and then did it feel like was it like a new beginning, or were you just kind of like it was just going to go from here and see what happens?
Then the music started to change along with that, so it's kind of all been.
Yeah, because there is a change. I have heard some of the Driven stuff, and then I've heard
just
In Search of
natural,
Sun
man.
stuff. Yeah, it sort of just evolves, and then you guys went from
just
there. Yeah.
completely naturally just went, and it's still happening now. Like we're changing stuff and just going the way we're going. So it's yeah.
In like say on your for we use your new album that's coming out at the moment, right? What was it called again? Virgin Funk Mother, right? Okay, so what's the hardest process going through that? So like, me personally, I've never made a fucking album. I know, you know, Tot does like covers and stuff like that, and you're quite musical. And obviously so are you, because you're a fucking drummer. I'm really good at air guitar. Guitar Hero, I'm alright at that too.
Don't need a case for it. Stick it in an envelope.
I can do drumming, like so. I'm quite good at slapping the table, and people go, "Wow, you should be a drummer," and I'm like, "No, I don't think so."
That's one thing that goes along with it, just constant tapping, man.
Yeah, I know a few drummers that do that. All they do is
Just
that shit.
fidgeting and tapping all day.
Yeah, and then so what's the hardest process? I guess like. How many songs is your album?
10.
The new one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 10 songs in an album,
10
and then you
tunes.
want to make every song obviously as good as each one, right?
Yeah.
So what's the hardest process of that for you? Let's say for a drummer, or just generally in the band, like
Well, we all got
disagreements or whatever.
we all we all have input in terms of like songwriting and stuff. But
because there are some bands who like the lead singer's like, no, I'm writing it. It's the way it is.
We're pretty much we're equal, man. We all try and throw a bit in the pot. But then it's when you get to a certain point where you're writing a tune, and someone might have an idea, and it's trying to filter out what's the good one, like where everyone agrees, oh shit, this is the one, like this is the vocal line, or this is the riff, or whatever, or the progression, and then it's hard, man, because you're trying to think outside the box all the time, like, oh, we don't want it to sound like this, we want it to have our own little spin and stuff.
So it's going to be difficult, I guess, sometimes, because obviously you listen to a lot of different music, and obviously, as you said, like on Spotify, time. So there will be things that will influence you either positively or negatively. And there'll be things that like influence your music and probably the way you play drums. And then it will just transfer across, and I guess that's kind of organic, really. It will just progress. And
definitely.
You'll go from there.
We try and stay honest with each other as well, man. If something doesn't sound great, then we'll nail it straight away and be like, oh, this.
That's important, because some people they're really, bless you, man. They take constructive criticism quite badly.
Nah, you can't do it.
Because I mean, like this, for example, like when we were standing outside with Daniel, and I said to him, like, and I was like, do you have any feedback on what my podcasts are like? Because I'll take feedback and I'll be like, okay, maybe I should tweak this. And like, I know that when I'm talking to guests, I do have a particular habit of tangenting off, and we can do it quite easily. So like, we've done it a few times here, where we'll be talking about one thing, and then all of a sudden we kind of talk about porn or whatever.
But as long as you come back to something.
As we come back to it, I think that's the important thing. But apart from that, like, I want all the constructive feedback I can get from somebody, because it's my art, and if anything I can do to make my art better in my own way. Like, I'm really good at talking, so that's why I have basically a talk show. Like, that's what this is.
That's the way
so yeah, that's why I enjoy doing it. But just a lot more fucks and a lot more cunts get thrown out.
You can't be defensive about things. If someone tells you something's up, or you need to improve this or whatever, it's not because they're trying to be an idiot.
Because it's like,
they're trying to help you out.
Because you're together, right? So like, what's good for one of you, it's good for all of you.
Yeah, man.
So, and then you're successful in that way. So you got a gig coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Leicester,
and you're playing with Raging Speedhorn.
Right,
okay, that's fucking big.
I used to listen to Raging Speedhorn, man. I think they played, I can't be sure, I think what gig it was either Ozfest or Download back in the day, and hearing them on like Radio 1 rock show,
and now you're fucking
and they're on Kerrang and shit. And it's like I was never really a massive fan. Like I liked it because it's heavy as fuck, but yeah, man, just seeing that shit when you're 14, and then you never realise, like, years later you're going to be doing a gig with them.
What's that like?
Pretty cool.
So you're gonna end up, you've never met them before, right?
No.
So you're gonna end up meeting them.
Yeah.
Get fucked with. Fuck it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, we will anyway. Usually the case.
Regardless. Just find a way. Where is it? Sorry. Leicester, right? Okay. What's the venue? Firebug.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Played there before. Good place.
When is it?
I can't even be sure of the date.
That's cool.
I'm pretty useless.
Oh look, Tot laughs because he's waiting for his turn. He's
when
can I talk about porn again?
He probably knows the date.
You probably know. When is it, Tot?
I wouldn't know. Just go into Search your son's Facebook.
I can check that.
I'll link it.
Put it in the link, man.
Yeah, in the link.
Link in. That's the best thing. That's the best thing about it, right? It's just like, oh, you don't fucking know. It's cool, man. We'll find out afterwards. We'll just be lazy now. We'll just say,
sometime in November. I think it's like
Tori's going to be pissed. He's going to be like, how do you guys not fucking know this?
Sorry, man.
You guys did do a gig in Bristol for, what was it, Macmillan Cancer Research on a boat?
We did that last week.
They're on a boat, motherfucker.
We were on a boat.
I was listening to that on the way here.
You don't feel like you're on a boat when you're on there.
When you're on a boat.
Because it's just a venue.
Ask the people in the Titanic how they felt.
Oh.
Cold.
They definitely knew they were on a boat.
So no, talk to me about that. That's fucking interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, no, obviously not boats. Not like.
Let's talk about boating.
Yeah.
Let's talk about boats, baby.
I don't want to know about like In Search of Sun and their nautical themes.
Yeah.
I just want to know about the Macmillan thing, because that's obviously fucking good shit. I didn't know that.
It was good. It was it was awesome to play on a boat, man.
Macmillan are into the progressive metal scene.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Do you know what? They done another one in Nottingham, and there was a lot of good bands playing there.
How did you guys get involved in that?
We just got asked.
They asked you?
I think so, yeah.
So
I don't think it's actually, like, I don't know how it works with them, but it's for Macmillan, obviously, but there's a dude who puts like a promoter guy,
Okay.
putting bands on and stuff. So I guess we just fell into his hands somehow.
Yeah, perfect. And you guys did that. And how many people were there?
Uh,
Obviously not that loads because it's a boat, right?
Nah,
So-
it was like 300 maybe.
Yeah.
or
That's
less.
cool, man. Where was that?
Thekla in Bristol.
Okay, right. And
Yeah, it was
It's,
pretty good.
right around the corner from Queen Square. I mean, Bristol's a good venue, man. It's like, it's pretty alternative.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
you'd
wicked,
think-
man. It was a good response there. It was hot as fuck in there though. That's the thing.
yeah,
I sweat so much when I got even going up on stage setting up, man.
that's a cardio fucking workout that you're doing
Just
out there
sweat
every time.
profusely.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Sean's really slim and quite slender.
Maybe I should do some drumming then, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, so help me lose some poundage.
Maybe.
I had McDonald's for breakfast this morning, so
Jesus.
That's better than yesterday's
You know what?
pizza.
me and my girlfriend we
do it, man.
rock paper scissored this morning. It was very much like she said to me, "Oh, are you gonna? What's that? Do you want to go get McDonald's?" And I was like, "Oh, so I'm getting McDonald's." Is what
What
you're
did
saying?
you get? A McMuffin?
Oh, dude, you don't want to know, man.
Go
I'm
on,
such
man,
a piece
give
of
me the
shit.
deets.
I'm such a piece of shit. I had a double egg McMuffin.
Fucking
Right, hold on, meal. Right, with the hash brown and everything. Right, and then I also had a breakfast wrap.
Ooh.
With another hash brown and a coffee.
So 2 hash browns.
Yeah, bruv. 3
should've gone for-
technically
yeah,
because
you
the
should've
breakfast
gone
wrap
for
comes
them,
with
yeah.
3. Yeah. And then I think I stole my missus one as well. Like I just sort of picked at it when she didn't eat it.
Do you know what? I hate that
Such
stuff.
a fat piece of shit.
I think it's
fucking hate my
it's
life.
poisonous stuff, right?
It
But
is.
at the end of the day, we still get it. Like if we're on the only time we would ever eat McDonald's is if we're on the way back from a gig.
Yeah, it's
and
quick
it's a
and easy,
service
man.
station,
Yeah.
and you go in there, half pissed.
You guys got like a van, right? You guys just
Yeah.
travel around. What kind of van? Is it like a big one, a Econoline kind of
Yeah,
thing?
it's
Or?
like a
Transit van.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
With,
Seats in the back and shit?
Get 6 people in there.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, we got enough space in there to carry all our shit.
Because I think I mentioned that in my previous podcast with Quentin Lucian, when we were talking about obviously how he gets to gigs and look at sort of
Public transport boy.
yeah, public. He's rocking on the trains and cars and lifts and stuff.
Hot air
And,
balloons and shit, you know.
told me you guys got a van now and you guys are like traveling it
This is
around.
his second
See,
van.
it's crazy though, right? Because it's like you've played at one of the biggest venues in the world, right? And then it's kind of like you still sort of like, not obviously humility because it needs must, right? But you still get stuck in. You don't mind traveling the road.
No, not at all.
Like we get in together and you guys
You've
go
got to
and
do it.
get out.
You've got to do it.
Like Phil builds a good bond, right? Like
Yeah.
between you all, because I've seen you all together and it's kind of like a group within a group.
Yeah, we're
sort
all
of thing.
mates, man.
Yeah, so
We've
but I
known
mean,
each other
like
a while.
I could see like Tot and stuff like that. But then obviously,
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're standing, if you see that you're all together, usually you five are sort of like sat together.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is by the wayside.
Yeah.
Still within the group, but there is a tighter
Yeah,
group
man.
inside.
It's
And T-Tot's always at the end, like nobody wants the Asian guy around. So.
Quite the contrary.
it's
Yeah,
quite
to be fair, I
natural.
think you're the center of all the fun.
Yeah, he has opened up a few crowds before at gigs,
Yeah,
shouting shit and clapping. And
Really,
doing-
you
doing-
come out and open up for them?
Oh man,
Yeah,
dude, not
they-
opened up, like just people moving out of the way, pretty much.
Yeah, the windmill,
Nice.
like all
He's
that
doing
sort of
press ups and all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
His
I'm-
trousers are down.
Yeah, Lord Keefe's usually out when the boys are in town, but
Talk to me. Okay, so again, a lot of people don't know, but you have like an alcoholic alter ego. I've seen this person, by the way.
Lord Keefe.
Lord
yeah.
Keefe.
Yeah, Lord
Oh,
Keefe,
shit.
who's just basically like some Hawaiian god.
it started off with me getting absolutely baked at our mate Steve Locke's house when I was like 18, and
I know Steve.
I was playing Boggle, and I somehow, in my rather fucked up state, got the first 2 lines saying Lord Keefe. So and then I got a trench coat and a hat, and just shouted out, "I'm Lord Keefe of Solomon Pongo." And you know that Beavis and Butthead when they went to America.
Yeah, and he's got the TP for my bum
Yeah,
hole.
yeah, that was basically my equivalent of them. And said that I weren't really necking pills and stuff.
Just
I
a
was
horrible troll-like
Yeah,
character.
yeah. And he somehow involved into sort of doing a lot of Jaeger bombs. And then on a night out, basically we'd be at Harrow and Hill Station. By that point, I'd be steaming. So check out me on any Metropolitan line train back in the day. I'd be doing chin-ups from Harrow and the Hill to King's Cross. And I'm ramped. If I'm going to a gig, I'm basically pumped. So the first sort of 2 or
You're
3
doing
bands-
chin-ups for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Or
One-handed as well. Oh no, what's that thing
no,
you do where you
my
clap?
my clap press ups are notorious.
I've seen them, man. You did like that 22-day challenge,
Yeah, I
suck
mean,
my
that-
dick
that-
thing that
yeah.
you fucking did.
Yeah, so I'm basically a crowd pleaser for most bands coming on. So if you see me, at
Just to
anything-
clarify, that's basically a jester
Yeah.
Right. Like a clown.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Village idiot.
Yeah, and then
Fuck stick.
You're the warm up.
yeah, and it gets the crowd going. So
Yeah, yeah.
if
Actually does though.
if these boys
I
want
can imagine. Yeah.
it's like 0208 dial a mosh pit, and I'll start a pit. It's one thing that I love doing, mostly at pop punk gigs, but to a similar extent, metal gigs are just as great. Like Download Festival 2009 when Slipknot were around, I pissed in a bottle and chucked it into the crowd, and they thought this is the funniest thing we've seen all day.
I'd seen
Until you get hit with it.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it returned back to me with a lid still screwed on, so I undid the lid
and then threw it again.
back. Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. I hate people like you. Do you know what the thing is, right? Like I'm like a dad now. I don't do these things. I don't go to gigs and just try to get to the front. I'm like, dude, I just want to enjoy it. I'll sit at the back now. I see people like him, like fucking starting shit, and I'm like, what a fucking dick.
This is the
Can't he just sit there quietly and enjoy the
You
band?
just reminded me of something you might remember at Salvo.
Okay,
Someone threw a can of piss at our mate Carl's head.
right.
Do you remember that?
No.
Sorry, that just came into my head, man.
Was it him?
No.
Oh, right.
I can't remember who it was.
But going to think about us lot hitting our like late 20s and early 30s now. You're right about people of our age who want to sort of enjoy the music. We know as musicians or music appreciators, the best place in the house to get your best sounds is right next to the sound booth. You get the best dynamics, and you don't have to worry about like fuckheads like me from 10 years ago tearing shit up and knocking your pint over. We just want to just get.
We usually want to actually listen to it.
Yeah, that's why. I mean,
That's the best
I went
place to
to Camden Rocks.
Yeah.
And
When were you there? This time around?
Yeah, this time around. So you know, As Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a friend of mine's the guitarist,
Oh,
Connor.
wicked. Yeah,
Connor
cool.
O'Keefe, yeah.
Sweet.
So he's a friend of mine. So I linked up with him and Shapes.
Nice.
So we were just chilling out and just hanging out with them lot, basically.
Those dudes are all right. We played.
They're
with
pretty
them,
cool, man. I've known Connor since I was in primary school.
Yeah.
So he's a good friend of mine, and so I hooked up with him, and we just before we went on tour.
He's a good bass player.
Yeah, no, that's it, bass. Yeah, but he also plays guitar as well. He teaches guitar, he teaches bass. He does that on the side, but
Wicked.
so we chilled with him, and you're right, man. Yeah, soundstage. Like I stood next to soundstage with him, like sound booth, and it was just so much better.
Yeah.
But I would still see the occasional dickhead just trying to start a mosh pit with like 4 people, and I'm like, dude, none of that. None of that. I'm standing right here trying to enjoy the band.
I remember
none of that, dude.
He fell into me one day, man. I just bought a fresh pint and I was at the edge of the pit, kind of like one person behind.
Yeah.
This dude come flying out of nowhere and bumped me and dropped the whole thing. And I was like, fuck this. I just smashed it down on his head.
Yeah, it was a fucking pint glass.
It weren't glass, man. It's like one of those.
Don't make it out like you're some fucking Terminator. Don't worry, we get it. You're hard, innit?
It was a hard plastic glass.
Yeah.
It split,
smashed. On
went
my
all
head.
over the stage. The band are pissing themselves.
Who was
Yeah,
that?
man.
I can't remember who it
I can't
was.
remember who was playing. I think it was Datora.
Was it Datora or Defiance?
Tori's old band.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was the same gig. They played with
No,
them.
it was King Size.
King Size Blues.
It was King Size. It was King Size.
It was
Okay,
way
listen, this
too
isn't
early.
an argument of who it was and who it wasn't.
Yeah,
This is-
either way.
Agree to disagree.
Bull and Gate, Kentish
You-
Town.
It was Bull and Gate. It was Bull and Gate at Kentish Town.
Jesus, is that place still open?
I don't know. Bull and Gate masturbate.
Yeah,
So did you guys didn't do Camden Rocks this year, did you?
we done it last year.
Yeah, the year before.
Yeah, that was
Alright.
wicked.
Yeah.
Didn't expect there to be a
Which
crowd.
which one did you play?
We played at the Monarch.
Okay.
We were on at like 3 in the afternoon, man. The place was buzzing.
Yeah, it was
rammed.
It was fucking. I mean, I got there like midday,
Yeah,
and it was just crazy. It
Yeah,
was so many people
and
everywhere.
all over town as well.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing about that. It's like it's loads of different venues.
Yeah.
And then you can just fuck off whenever
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want.
of
Like
course.
just get the train home and off you
That's
go. I
it.
parked up, but I drove there. Dude, I drive I don't even drink that much
Yeah,
anymore.
you're
man.
a driver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
You love
again,
driving around.
Not that many drink when we sort of go out because it's just you want to listen to the bands. And when
you
you're
wanna
so
just
smashed.
listen to it, and then you want to be able to be like, "Oh, how convenient that I can just go home in my
Yeah.
car." And
We're all granddads now.
I can't go home, man.
no,
I got party vibes in me.
Do you?
You and
If I'm
Faz.
out, that's
How old
it.
are you now?
I'm 29.
29, yeah? Right. Fuck that shit, man.
I
Dude, I stayed out for the past 2 days, right? I've been out since 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. And when I'm getting home, my girlfriend's out. She's out like a light. And I go to bed really early during the week. Like, you know, we're talking like 10:30 in the evening. I'm asleep in bed.
That's school night time.
I
Man.
know, dude. And so I see my girlfriend. She was like, "Wow, you were out late last night, babe." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, I really was. I'm so tired, and I feel it, dude. Because I'm, you know, for work, I'm up really early in the morning. I'm up
a
at
soldier,
4,
man.
So I can't do that shit no more, man. I just don't have it in me. Even during the week, I get tired. I'm like, I want to watch this movie, but it's like 8:30. This will take me to like 11. Nah, fuck this. I'll put a TV show on for an hour and then go to bed.
I got that Irish blood in me, so I'm compelled to drink and stay out all night.
So speaking of drinking, I saw a picture that was posted by yours truly here on my right hand side.
Oh,
Spanish
God.
Dave in a bathroom.
Oh yeah,
That was
that night.
shit,
That was
man.
my house warming. These
Jesus
boys came to my
Christ.
place in a.
He looked like he was possessed by Satan, like he'd just been arse raped in the soul. I was like, oh my god.
He'd had one too many ales.
That's
I think.
Spanish Dave. That's your rhythm guitarist, and he was
Spewed.
yeah. Which is kind of like you guys live that again. You guys live that rock star lifestyle
Yeah.
where you
It's not as-
you
not
party
really ever
hard,
changed.
but then you just
They're very good at cleaning up after themselves these days.
that's because they're like at the
You
heart.
have to be, man. You got to have a bit of
yeah,
respect
in
about
the
yourself.
heart. They
Can't be
they're
going
like,
around like a fucking.
they'll
Savage.
go out to hotel rooms, but they'll go like, let's trash it, but don't break the TV because you have to pay for that, and I don't want to pay for it.
That's
Tori's like, shit, that's my credit card.
It's not about breaking TVs, it's about taking the remotes.
Have acts.
For sure, that would be you, right? You would totally do that. For sure, you'd be like, I'm gonna fuck with these people's days and take the remote, and they'll never notice that.
I don't take the remotes, I just place it into some random person's bag in the room. So, like, these boys used to do gigs in Bournemouth. Yeah, those Bournemouth gigs were mental.
Yeah.
But you can pop that straight out, by the way.
Pop it in the IHOP.
Done.
If it's easier for you to hold.
Yeah.
It
I was
is.
quite enjoying that though. That's
You can pop it back in. It's not a problem.
Pop it back
I'll
in.
pop at will.
back
Yeah,
out.
push it in, Sean. Push it.
But yeah, man. Some establishments have
Been
felt
raided.
the wrath afterwards on some occasions.
Okay, so what's the worst? What's the messiest one you guys have done?
Bournemouth, that basement hotel.
Nah.
Shut the fuck up, Tot.
No. Well, that was pretty bad. But
Yeah, Dave got put through the bed.
We've done some
Why? Were you doing like fucking wrestling moves?
Yeah.
wrestling,
For sure, of course
Breaking
you were.
beds.
Yeah, all right.
boiling wine in the kettle, that kind of thing.
That's standard.
Just horrible, shameful
Boiling
shit.
wine in the kettle.
Pissing in the
Yeah.
sink.
Why?
TVs falling around the place, and the bathroom got shampoo spilt on it, so that was just a slip fest.
You know what you want to do? You want to rock in there with like a Super 8 camera. You know those really old like cameras with the real film in it, and film all of that so it looks very grainy and almost like a snuff film. Like, and just videotape the after party with you guys.
That's what it was like, man. Some horrible snuff film, beds getting broken and such.
Yeah.
I won't go too much.
What's
into it.
so have you got a missus? You got a girlfriend? You got a woman?
No.
Why are you laughing?
I'm married to
no
God.
comment.
I'm
No
married
comment.
to God.
You're married to God and the music.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
music.
I don't know. Bill Burr describes God for me perfectly.
Yeah.
When he's talking about how he's going to raise his kids, it's like, I'm just going to play catch with my kid. I'm just going to take him out. I'm just going to teach him shit he's not even going to know.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be like, what's that, kid? Nah, we're not going to church. Fuck that shit. He's like, what do I want to go there for? Huh? He's everywhere, but I can only see him there. And every time I go there, he's pissed at me, and I owe him money. Nah.
It's a funny one, man. It does wonders for people, but at the same time, I just can't. I got no time for that shit. At an early age, I decided that was.
It's because you were institutionalized to it. They
We're all the
made
same,
you.
man.
Yeah,
I bet
but-
you've still got hymns ingrained in your brain somewhere.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
the Lord of sea and sky.
He definitely does.
I have heard my people cry.
And it's good. It's good. It's good. It teaches people good shit, but it's in the other side of the coin. It's just
It's like Mr. Grego's RE classes.
too many rules, man.
Yeah, I'm trying not to mention too much of our old school stuff because most people, the layman, won't know what the fuck we're talking
of
about.
course
It's kind of like in jokes with people that don't know, but we can have a few.
We're
I'm just
good.
saying,
We're just good Catholic.
could you stop
children.
doing that? It's like you're doing it on purpose to fuck with the mic.
What's he doing?
He's just rubbing it against his face like a dick.
God.
Because I know he was out. I know last night he's just being a douche. He's like, oh, this is a beautiful podcast, but I'm not getting to talk, so I'm just going to rub my fucking face on the mic.
He ate a fair bit of pizza. I don't know how your guts aren't wrecked, man, after curries and pizzas.
He did warn me. He's like, at one point, I'm going to have to like fucking take
I have
a
been
dump.
farting.
Yeah.
I haven't smelt it. It must be like one of them sneaky Asian farts that don't come in.
You'll pick it up on the mic probably at some stage.
Did you see that picture I posted from when I was in Spain? I don't know if you noticed.
No.
I was out there in Alicante for a wedding like a week and a half ago, and in my hotel the Chinese international Chinese football team was staying in my hotel. Stop doing that, Titot. Fucking dick. So we're sitting there, and they all come in for breakfast wearing the exact same clothing outfit, like down to the socks. It's all the same. Then the whole group of them comes in, they have breakfast, and I'm wearing a T-shirt that says "Keeping it real," and then in brackets.
Oh yeah, that photo. Yeah,
it says
Asian. Yeah.
So I say to my girlfriend, I'm going to negotiate a picture with the entire with this T-shirt on. She's like, no, you're not.
Did you get it?
I got it. It's my cover
Shit,
photo.
I have to have a look at that.
Yeah, it's my cover photo. It's just me with all of the entire team and just like keeping it real Asian. And obviously they don't get it because they obviously don't understand. But it's like it's super racist. Yeah. So
super racist.
You're Cambodian, right?
No, Indonesian.
Indonesian.
We all rook same.
Yeah, you all rook same. Yeah. So Indonesia, they that's sort of the best film to come out of there was the
Raid.
There you go.
And
Raid 2. And Marantal Warrior.
Yeah.
And Raid 3.
A touch
and
of
they all have the same guy, Uko Uwais.
Yeah.
Touch of volcano trouble.
Yeah.
So I hear.
Yeah.
As of late.
Yep. It's basically the Earth saying, I need to take a fat shit, but these piles are basically saying I can't shit. And
hemorrhoids of the Earth.
Yeah, it's hemorrhoids of the Earth around the Pacific Rim of Fire. And if anyone has piles as bad as me, you will know for a fact you will shit and shit major.
You got piles?
What piles?
You can push them back in though, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, but these are like too far gone.
He's got piles like grapefruits.
That's just too much, man.
TMI, nah.
Nah, it's not TMI. Tell us more about the piles.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how good that feels when you shit.
It's like, I don't know, it's like when you have a
Sandpaper.
wank. Yeah, I know.
Whoa. I want to see how he compares shitting with piles to a wank. Go.
It's when you force it out and it's just like, It's like when you
shouldn't be forcing it.
It's yeah, it's true.
You should be eating more fibre. You need more fibre.
I have way too much fibre. It's
how much roughage are you getting these days?
I haven't been on MyFitnessPal for quite a bit, but when I was checking my macros, it was all on point. Yeah, you sort of need that stuff if you're sort of training and sort of looking for a particular goal. But
there's this guy here, right? You got fucking Tot, and he's like healthy-ish, and he does. You don't smoke normal cigarettes, do you? You just smoke the.
I'm on the vapes.
Right?
I'm on the
yeah.
vapes.
We get it. You vape. Not sexually. He's not sexually active. We understand.
He's a vapist.
So he's on.
Vapist.
He's on the vape, and I see the pictures of your progression and your six-pack hidden by a very thin layer of skin. You know, you're looking out there, you're looking good, and then you have me, and he's got piles and all this stuff, and then you have me, who eats all the shit in the world, barely goes to the gym,
free hash browns,
free fucking hash browns, basically two fucking meals for breakfast at McDonald's this morning.
Fuck it, if you're
with a
gonna
coffee,
do it, you might
and
as
I've
well
got
do
no
it.
diabetes, no fucking piles, no hemorrhoids, no nothing. I'm just fat as shit and can't run very far.
I bet you can run fast.
I can run for about half an hour and then I'm done.
That's good.
I'm like a troll. I'm very like in Lord of the Rings, he's like us dwarves who are very dangerous across short distances, and that's why I am. I'm very dangerous to you if we're up close.
Yeah.
I can charge you from a very quick period of space.
Got to run you down, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like a gazelle.
I have to bring it back to In Search of Sun.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
bad for people.
Forgot about that.
Because we're just.
Forgot about that.
That's cool now because we're just shooting the shit, right? So I just saw Daniel walk past.
He did.
He walked past around the back. Yeah.
With the dog.
With the dog.
Oh, right. Okay.
dog,
Is it his dog?
Yeah.
His parents' dog.
His parents
really,
left
really
it with
cute.
us for the day.
Right. Okay. Fair dues. What's the so we've got the album coming out, right? Which obviously is we don't know yet, but we'll once it drops, let me know and I'll share it out to the world, to the ether.
Thank you.
And then we got obviously your gig in Leicester with Raging Speedhorn.
Yeah.
What else is coming up?
There's a lot in the pipeline, man.
Yeah.
It's just,
I know obviously you can't tell me too much, and we
yeah.
discussed this before because
Yeah,
there is a
yeah.
lot in the pipeline, and
But
which is
it's
cool.
just- We're on a
Should I
good
be
track.
excited? Should I be excited?
We're on
Yeah?
a good track, man.
Nice.
We've got some good things coming.
Okay, cool.
Some
So
good things coming.
there's no we're not at risk of anything like people saying that I'm gonna fucking slap this fool in a minute if he keeps doing it. I swear to God. Because the thing is, all they'll hear is that's it. Because he's like, it's as if he's blowing the mic.
Yeah, he's used to having something like that in front of his face. So he's like,
We were for your own time.
yeah, we're on a good track, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's good, man. That's good.
There's a lot to look forward to.
Cool, man. Right, well, we can finish up about Search of Summer. We'll talk about fucking bullshit if you like.
Let's go back to badgers.
Badgers and
Mushroom.
mushrooms.
Badgers and mushrooms. Oh,
Snakes.
shit.
Snake. Yeah.
Oh man,
E-Bombs World. E-Bombs World.
E-Bombs World was the shit, man.
Invalid Spear Toss game. Remember playing that?
Mario Twins.
No,
Remember
never
that?
played Mario Twins.
Buffy
That was
swears.
Buffy swears.
Quinn, vaginal discharge.
Yeah,
Xylophone
that was
buggery.
right up your alley, man.
Not
Press a
bizarre.
button and a swear word comes out. Early internet.
Cunt, twat.
I've fallen down this rabbit hole on like YouTube now. Just going off the point of
The
videos.
2 a.m. rabbit hole.
No, the 10:30 rabbit.
Oh.
It's my 2 a.m.
Oh, okay.
The 11 o'clock in the evening is
Yeah,
my 2
yeah,
a.m.
yeah.
Because I'm old as shit, apparently. But yeah, watching like these weird videos of the Ancient Alien
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
TV shows.
Oh yeah, aliens.
Brilliant.
Aliens.
Did aliens come down
Yeah, yeah.
as previously and help our people build the pyramids? And I'm
Is
like,
it possible?
yeah, and then you got that George Sophilopoulos
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
the fucking crazy
doctor.
Greek dude.
Sophilopoulos.
He just fucking turns up and he's like, "Hey, yeah, aliens."
It's really interesting shit, man.
It is, man.
But it's complete horse shit in
you
a
think
lot
so?
of cases. In a lot of cases.
So I've been reading like these books. This book specifically, Graham Hancock. I don't know if you've
Oh
heard the
yeah, I
name.
love that guy.
And that guy's, you know what? I'm on board. I believe that I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
that we
It's
are a
compelling,
species
man.
with that we're a species with amnesia.
It goes way further back than we think it does.
Yeah, and like for sure, like you know, we something happened, some cataclysmic
Something
event
happened,
turned
yeah.
up, and
Definitely.
because the Sphinx is older, like than we think. It's like 3,000. No. I mean, what got me into this? I watched a documentary called Revelation of the Pyramids.
Yeah.
And it like they didn't talk about any of that shit. They just talked about the science behind the pyramids and how like they're earthquake proof.
Yeah.
And they point closer to true north than anything else on the planet, pretty much.
They're cataclysm proof.
Yeah. And like the stones are from 500 miles away, and they quarry those stones and then drag them 500 miles to
People
build this
never-
fucking thing in 20 years. Like and with granite blocks,
Yeah.
with granite stones and copper chisels.
And the passageways inside, man.
Yeah,
It's just
like
a
they're
whole
dead
nother
straight.
animal,
Yeah. And how the stones on either side match each other, and they're all like different shapes. There's no cement. We could go on about this for like
I would like
crazy.
to think that aliens come down and did it, but I think
The thing is, when you explain all of that shit, it's like that could be plausible.
But I think it's just they knew shit that we don't know now. They had ways of doing things that we probably haven't discovered yet.
They
and it
probably
was
had the
just
minions.
lost. Yeah, it's like there's got to be a technique of
Real
getting-
minions, as in the one-eyed little yellow,
Yeah,
the
actually.
Tic Tacs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. I don't know. I just think it's nuts. I would love to go back in
crazy.
time to
Absolutely
see that,
crazy. Yeah.
just to see like what I wonder what it was.
Or
I'm
just
just gonna slap you in the leg every time, dude.
get a bit harder every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eventually, like I just pull a gun out. Keep doing it. So yeah, no, but yeah, I for sure believe that shit, man. Like, probably not about aliens, green little men. But
Yeah, maybe not that stuff, but they definitely had some knowledge, man. You can't be inscribing pictures on walls of the planets perfectly in order and stars and stuff, star alignments with the pyramids and shit.
you guys should have like
crazy stuff.
You guys should have in Search of Sun should have like maybe the Ra symbol on like your next album, like the power
Search of Ra,
No. So you got In Search of Sun.
drum and bass CD.
Yeah, no, yeah. So you got In Search of Sun, but imagine like, for example, you call your next album like In Search of Ra, In Search of Sun, the Power of Ra, or whatever, because it's sun, right?
Power of Ra is something.
Rotting.
Because obviously, like Ra is the sun god.
Yeah.
So there you go, searching for Ra.
But
Yeah, man.
talking about suns,
I have one.
Sean had a quite the remarkable dream / nightmare. Would you like to tell us about it?
Tell us about it, Sean.
Dream was nuts. I think it's because we watched Star Trek before we went to bed.
Which one?
the newest one.
Is that good? I haven't seen it. I was
It's
going to
alright.
watch it today.
I got a bit bored, to be honest, towards the end of it.
Have you got a USB
was
drive?
fucked.
Because I downloaded it on my PC.
Oh no, I can stream it.
Okay.
I can stream it online.
But I went to bed.
My friend Cesar Palace, he can hook me up.
But yeah, I had an insane dream, man. Visuals like I'd never seen in a dream before, of the sun exploding. Everyone's looking at the sun, and for some reason, it was getting bigger and bigger, and you could see it, like it started spinning, like you could see it rotating.
So you found it, is what we're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But then the thing started to dissolve into squares, like these
pixels.
It just started to break apart, and everyone's tripping out. Oh shit, we're gonna die. And I was getting quite scared in my dream, man. I was thinking this is the end, but then another sun rose.
Nice. Do you know
So make it out what you will.
Do you know what that sounds like? Do you know what DMT is?
Yeah.
Dimethyltryptamine, yeah?
100%.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah. That sounds like an ayahuasca trip, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No.
I would totally do that shit.
Yeah.
So I think I would find shit out about myself that I don't want to find out.
It's
Like,
take you to the center of the universe, man,
yeah,
and it will show you things that you've never seen before.
yeah. So apparently, it's the source, man. You got to go deep though. You got to hit it. You got to hit it hard.
Oh yeah.
And you got to go. You can do. I mean, there's a place in Chiswick you can do it.
I wouldn't want to do it in Chiswick.
Yeah, you want to
I'd
go
be
to
going
fucking
out to
Peru.
South America.
Yeah, you want to go to Peru, do it with some
shaman.
fucking shaman in a tent. Just what you don't want is for him to like fill you up once you pass out. You want to go to the loo.
I certainly
Put it down,
I'm
man. Go for
bursting.
it.
I thought I could
Do it,
last.
do it. Go
Sean's
for it.
going for a piss.
He's going for a piss. We're just going to talk shit. Have you done ayahuasca?
No,
I would have thought that you have.
I can't do drugs. So yeah, such a shame. But I've seen people who have done hallucinogenics, and they do have a spiritual cleanse. So it's.
What do you mean by spiritual cleanse?
No, they I wouldn't say it's a lifestyle change or a change in what they see in themselves, but they have a more holistic approach to how they see life, society, and stuff in general. I wouldn't really call it New Age. It's not my position to say, but they feel that it's a positive change and a positive impact. So yeah, it's. I've seen guys on shrooms, and yeah, that's like the stuff that they tell me is pretty much almost virtually akin to the sort of dreams that Sean was saying.
But isn't like isn't the DMT kind of trips that you go on mushrooms a little bit different to the DMT trip? Like the acid trips are very different to the ayahuasca trips.
I wouldn't know. I'd love to try.
From what
it,
I understand,
yeah.
I think they are different because you've also got like, you ever heard of Don Juan?
No.
Like, he's like one of these like really famous. Sean's back, by the way. He's one of those really famous people that pioneered the use of like peyote.
Oh yeah.
And smoke and stuff like that. And there's a book called The Teachings of Don Juan that I actually read when I was in high school, which is about this dude who he's a journalist, and he goes and meets this dude like basically in the middle of the desert, in like somewhere in America or like the border of Mexico, and then he does this trip. He learns like the certain type of smoke and how some can be your friend and some can be your enemy. And I think like I was talking about this with somebody the other day. I think we were talking about DMT, like ayahuasca trips, and you might find out shit about yourself or see things about yourself.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's inherently got something to do with your intentions when you go do it,
Yeah.
and your like your attitude.
Yeah.
So like alcohol, right? So, you know, I'm like a happy drunk because I'm normally quite a happy person, not a violent or aggressive person. I'm just quite chill.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get drunk, I just get happy and sleepy. But you got some people.
That's what he does.
Yeah, because he's he's not a dickhead. That's why, right? But you got some people that take alcohol and they're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And it sort of like it lowers their inhibitions and it brings out that side of them that sort of truly exists.
Yeah.
That they kind of need to deal with and settle before they move on with their lives.
It's like people doing shrooms or manly in the wrong environment with the wrong mindset. Like people doing shrooms and thinking it's a party drug.
No,
that's
it's
not the right
that.
thing to be
That's an
doing.
introspective thing, man. That's for soul searching.
Yeah,
that
with
stuff.
DMT.
That teaches you things that it puts things in perspective.
It's like a 15-minute thing though, right? It feels like forever, but
3 hours.
but I thought, but it feels like 3 hours. But I think you only trip for about 15
What,
minutes.
mushrooms?
No,
Oh, right.
ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah.
It's like an ayahuasca thing. You do it, and it's
Yeah,
only
ayahuasca's
15.
days.
Is it days?
You last that's like
I
one,
thought
2
it was
or
like
3
15
days.
minutes in.
It's a whole process, isn't it? So they give
Yeah.
you yeah, I don't know. It's just.
Oh, what? So, yeah. It's like a cleanse for
cleanse,
days.
man.
But I think if you take it on the first hit, say for example, you just go to this dude in Chiswick, right?
Oh yeah.
You're only there for maybe
getting
about
some
2
Chiswick
hours.
stuff.
But it's a lot of throw up as well, right?
Big time.
Yeah. I haven't done it. I definitely want to do it, but I think I'd need to do it with the right people around me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be some dude in Chiswick.
No, fuck that. There's no shamans in Chiswick. The wrong kind. This dude's got some.
No shamans, yeah.
It's a lot of shamed men.
Yeah, shamed men, yeah. That's Chiswick for you. I like Chiswick. Chiswick got nice restaurants. It's quite chill now. It's not bad.
My man works in Chiswick, and
Yeah.
it is a delightful area.
I tell you what, there are some fucking places in this area in London I fucking hate. And even though I don't get Metallica.
What's your least favourite?
Halsden.
Oh, okay.
Halsden, shortly followed by Kilburn. And then
Shoreditch.
What's your stance on Wembley?
I grew up in Wembley, man.
So you know all about it.
I grew up in Chalk Hill Estate
Oh,
when I was a kid. I grew up. in
Lady
Chalk Hill
Sovereign was
Estate.
from there.
Yeah? Yeah,
yeah,
fuck
I
that
know
bitch.
people from there.
I grew up in Chalk Hill Estate when it was still the blocks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But there was rules back then. The rules were that, like, if you were a kid, no one picked on you.
Yeah.
There was, like, the elders never fucking
At least they
started
got
shit
some
with the kids.
honour about them.
But now, have you seen those fucking videos online? I shared a few, the bullying videos, where, like, they're
The
these-
ginger kid getting spark out. Was that one?
Oh,
not
yeah, I
Ginger
saw
Kid, he's
one.
just a kid, like, it's in the woods.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one,
yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Do you know what though? If you listen to that video closely, listen to what they say at the start on the phone. He owed some guy money,
Yeah.
and it was blatantly a dealer. And then you hear the guy on the phone, like, he was like, "Oh, I can get you the money tonight" or something. And then you hear the guy on the phone being like, "Oh, Jake, spark him out" or something.
Yeah.
So he obviously like has fucked up somewhere. That obviously it's tragic, man. You can't be doing that to people. But
you can't be
yeah,
fucking around
no,
with drug
you
dealers either.
can't-
Yeah.
you can't be owing money
I
to
didn't
people.
know that. That
So,
changes the dynamic a little
man.
bit.
That's why people are screwing about bullying and stuff. I don't think it was bullying.
No,
I
it's
think the
just
dude had
a
money and
really bad monetized deal.
he
He's
got hiding.
poor business.
yeah.
But obviously, it's not cool. Either.
Yeah, bitch better
Not
have my
condoning
money,
it.
basically. Yeah,
They done him twice as well. They knocked him.
there's that dude, and then there's another guy who there's 3 videos that have been like kind of put into one sort of post, and it's like one guy who he's standing up at these Indian dudes against garages. He's like standing up with some garages,
seen that.
and these kids are like standing around him, and they basically they take all of his shit, and they're punching him in the face and everything like that, and this kid's just taking the punches, and he's got like a cut eyebrow, and then like there's 2 other videos of them basically fighting in the street, and it's like these little mini gangsters, right, rocking around. It's
cowardly.
I was like, man, you know what? Me, you, and some space. Like, I don't care if there was 6 of them. I'm going, let's do this. I'm going to fucking rip your eyes out, man. I was fucking, I'm going to pounce on one of you.
Beast mode.
And that's it. That's all you need to do. Just get the one. Get the first one. Lock that fucking, that rear naked choke in, and just don't let go. Just don't tuck your head in behind his head, right? And just don't. Fuck tap out. Kill the cunt.
Big
Kill it.
feeder hash browns beforehand. Get
Yeah.
that power going.
That's it, man. And you just look at him and just
Done.
go, one of you is going to lose an eye today. You decide. Which
Yeah,
one is
man.
it going
I
to be?
think it's cowardly when you got a gang of people like that starting up on someone.
Yeah, it pisses me off. Like that's, I think that's the worst thing about.
Putting it on the internet. How stupid are you now?
Yeah.
Do you,
Right? Fuck. It's like, what's the other girl who was getting bullied
yeah, that's terrible.
Well,
I think
in a school.
in the school uniform?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
up
and that,
north was it or somewhere?
yeah, it was up north. But the amazing thing about that is the guy who posted, it got posted on something I saw,
Yeah, the skinhead guy.
and then somebody on that feed, he named and shamed everybody on there. Like, he was like, okay, I know exactly who these people are. And he was like, he said, like, these are the names, and he screenshot pictures of their Facebook pages. And then, like, then the newspaper were like, oh, they've been caught, but we can't name them. It's like, bitch, I know the names. It's on Facebook. All the names are there, and they've all been found, right? And then they're like kicking that fucking 13-year-old girl, and they're saying,
That's terrible.
what's it? Why are you crying? She's like, because you're hurting me. Like, and I'm
gotta
13.
be-
You're fucking 16. Leave me alone.
You got to be a savage to be doing that to young girls like that.
They're talking about finding parents now, like finding the parents for bullying. If they get caught, like the police will monetarily fuck them.
If you're the kind of kid that comes from a bad background and you're a bully because of that, like you this is the only
Parents
way
aren't gonna give a
you can
fuck.
express it. They're just gonna be. That's gonna be worse. If you start finding the parents, who are they gonna take it out on?
Yeah, the kids. Yeah,
It's not gonna help. And these are I don't
So
know,
how would
man.
you solve the problem? Because in my day, when I was
don't know,
younger,
man.
and I'm not like I'm a fucking old man. We're only talking like maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah.
If I started to fuck around, I would get a slap on the back of the head. That's a lie. You're Asian, right? You get this tip-top. You got beats, right?
Yeah.
You got licks. Shit that your mum would go to
sure.
prison for now.
Yeah.
Right? Same. My mum kicked the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Oh, it was my dad.
You came out all right.
Yeah, and I came out right because I realised that like
Discipline.
sometimes you
I'm
just
not
got to get
against it.
disciplined.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not against
Discipline
it.
and
To-
self-respect.
Within reason. Like, don't be
Yeah,
beating
you
the
don't
shit out of
you
your
don't
kid,
kick
but
the fuck out of him. But my kid,
a couple of slaps in.
Yeah.
Clipped the ear.
and I'll say this now, and I'll say it outright. Like if my son, he's 2, right?
Yeah.
If he starts and he acts up, if he does act up, I'll look at him in the eye and I'll give him the look as in I'm the parent, you're the
Don't do
child.
that.
Don't do that. And if he starts to kick off, I'm like, give me a hand, and I give him
lick.
the stinger, which is just a little quick tap on the hand. I say stop, and he'll go, all right, cool. All right,
Or clip to the
I'm in
ear.
trouble.
Clip to the ears were bad.
He knows that he can associate that with misbehaving. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like with dogs.
It's not like I fucking attack him or kick him in the shins or whatever. Like I don't knock him on the
kick and
ground
shin.
and attack him. But I do obviously like you have to discipline him, and I think that's the right way to do it. You need to have some discipline with your
Yeah,
children.
definitely,
Otherwise, they're
definitely.
just gonna run amok and fucking ruin
And,
your life.
and just give them something that they can. If they got any kind of, if someone is causing trouble and they got some pent up shit, they need to be expressing themselves some way, man.
Skate
It's
park.
by music.
Go to the skate park, yeah.
anything,
Skate park and music. That's how we all ended up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it
I couldn't even
definitely
skate.
helps.
I'd go to the skate park, just chill with my friends.
Yeah, it helps, man. Just having something like. Fuck, I get depressed when I don't play music.
True.
But
Yeah.
then you translate that into a child, like maybe a kid is causing trouble, fighting, or doesn't know what they're doing. I don't know. But
That's the source, though, man. You know, like finding that art that can help you, like find who you are.
well, just write your
Yeah.
thoughts down.
I mean, look at you know, there's people that do that write something like they do a podcast or they write a film. Or that's them affecting the world, and they're like kind of like, this is how I feel. I'm putting that down. I'm
you've
sending
got
it into the
something.
world, and you're being creative with your work,
Something to aspire to.
as opposed to just like being pieces of shit, basically holding it up and taking out on other people for your own fucking bullshit.
That's right.
That's why in the ghetto, it's what you love, right? They fucking put those boxing clubs in there and they're like, okay, you want us? You
shit,
got a
yeah.
problem? You sort it out in the ring.
Maybe that might be a
Good idea.
solution, man.
Yeah,
Boxing,
that's-
compulsory martial arts for people, kids in schools.
Yeah.
No, I don't think compulsory
Discipline.
martial arts. I think maybe military service.
Military service, yep.
A
Discipline.
lot of the guys I work with done that,
Yeah.
and they got to do it, and they're all disciplined.
Are they
Like,
Eastern European?
yeah. But they work hard as shit.
I know, man. I know.
It's
Romanians
good
fucking
stuff,
work
yeah.
hard.
I don't even know if they have national service in Romania still, but I know the Polish boys had it until pretty recently.
Swiss still have it. Singaporeans have it. Koreans
Yeah,
have it.
Almost everybody does. I had a Thai friend who had to go back to Thailand to do it.
During
Yeah.
the uni
Oh,
years.
if they had it here, man, people would kick off.
So I'm working with a guy at the moment who used to be in the Marines, and he was telling me like he was a piece of shit before he went in, and then he got that discipline.
Taught him up a bit.
And yeah, fucking tied him up, and he was like, I'm gonna sort my life out. I know what I want in the world. I just basically want to be his own boss, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, and he's chilled the fuck out, man.
What does he do now? He was in the Marines. He still.
Yeah, he was in the Marines. Now, I'm training him now. For work.
No one's gonna miss.
Yeah, no one's gonna mess. Yeah, but he's a cool dude, man, and I think that's what we need to do. We need to have some sort of fucking service with people, and say, guys, we're gonna put you in here because you're a piece of shit.
Wicked.
Like military school, Bart Simpson
Yeah.
type.
I mean, personally, I probably would have hated it, but it does. If you think about
But
it,
then you turned out right as well, mate.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You fucking.
Mind you,
you're cool,
Catholic
dude.
schools are kind of like that, aren't they?
we're all young, innocent Catholic boys. Leo, my boy,
Oh, dude.
we don't do any mischief.
Dude, that fucking school, man.
That school birthed crazy minds, man.
Do you know they're really bad now? Apparently.
Apparently,
What?
so.
Salvo? Oh shit.
Yeah, like the actual the academic status of that school is not in a very good place.
But
They used to, I remember like at the beginning of the year, right? I remember I was in year 8 and they showed this graph in comparison to Salvo and the rest of the schools.
Yeah.
And like Salvo were like 5th on the list, right? But they're showing it to us, going, look how much we've progressed. And I was like, but you're still like really far behind the top one. So that's not something to brag about.
I thought it was pretty good when we were there. I couldn't wait to get out of the place. But
If you could go back.
I would.
You go
yeah,
back with
I'd
the
like-
knowledge you have now
Oh,
to relive the days of the past.
It would be insanity if you had the knowledge now.
Yeah, I'd bone a few teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be able to slide in there.
Do you remember that South African one who used to rock in to the gigs? He used to come to the
Oh,
gigs.
Karen Drusky.
I don't remember her name.
Drosky.
Drosky, yeah.
I do remember that.
She's a Sappho, yeah.
I do remember that.
She's really sound.
She was right, man.
It looks a bit like Lucy Lawless before her.
She had a crazy figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Nice
she was
ass.
hot, man. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, this is the ingenuity that gets bred from that school. I remember one dude. You remember that Nokia lemon phone?
No.
Like it was like a Nokia, and it was in the shape of a lemon.
Yeah. I remember.
You know, like it was kind
But
of
the
like
screen
it
was
like
in
an
the middle.
oval. Yeah, it was like an oval, and
the
he had
fuck?
this phone, and it was like a squashed oval. And he had this phone, and we were in English class, and she leant over to help somebody with his work. And I swear to God, dude, I was about 2 seats behind, and he took it, put it on video mode, slid it across the carpet like fucking shuffleboard, right? And the thing just slid and just landed like right underneath her skirt. And then all of us are trying to watch this like 480p grainy video outside on his phone to see what the fuck she was wearing. Like it's so pervy and so sexually like repressed
You can't
behavior.
You
can't
can't
do that shit now.
No.
Like, yeah.
You can't pen up a load of adolescent guys like that and expect some
All
madness
boys
not
school
to, not to
with fit
ensue.
teachers.
And then you had an all-girls school across the road.
Exactly.
And,
Full of skets.
Yeah, and like half of them were munters. I'm saying this
was-
now.
yeah,
Only
no, no.
half. The other half.
I'm sure half of Salvo
Yeah.
were munters as well.
Yeah, no, man, we were good-looking chaps. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You were good-looking chaps. I saw pictures of you when you were a kid, like recently on your Facebook.
Looks
You're
a bit
a
like
dude.
discount Justin Timberlake back in the day.
Yeah, maybe.
Like
You're the
M6.
only dude who looks like he hasn't aged.
You
Tom.
haven't. He hasn't
Still look
aged.
the same, like 16, 17, 18. Just depends if I got facial hair or
I'll
not.
tell you who is different. Sheldon Hickey.
Sheldon's changed his image many times.
Yeah.
He's reborn.
He goes under the knife every
rebirths.
3 or 4 months.
No, it does. The beard knife, yeah, the barber knife.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, he's a good fucking barber.
Yeah, man, he is. He gave
yeah.
me one of my first cuts when he was first starting out.
Did he give you a shave?
Shaving a Swedish massage, just what you gave
I've
me.
not heard.
No,
cool.
he didn't do a shave. He did a fade for me. He did like a really close
Yeah,
fade.
he's very good at his fades.
Yeah, he was sick, man.
Sheldon Hickey, much love.
Yeah, high fade. I just go into him and say, mate, I want Danny Welbeck or I want a Daniel Sturridge. Just basically name any black Premier League football player and say, I want that haircut.
He just
What?
gives him the same cut every
The next
time.
the next thing will be I want the Nike tick at
Yeah,
the back of my
say no
head.
more, fam.
Do you remember that? People used to rock the Nike tick at the back of their head.
Or shaving the eyebrow. Just
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
The little,
side.
yeah, I remember I did that. I got into a lot of trouble at Salvo for that.
How many lines did you have though? Two. Yeah.
2 lines in the
Standard.
eyebrow. that's so like late 90s, early
It was
90s.
late 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when dudes used to get? They used to shave all of their head and then leave the fringe.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I don't know. It was like they used to gel it down, right?
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was a straight cut across.
God, that was disgusting, man.
Yeah, people do that shit, man. Like, and the thing is, at the time, you think it's great.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of like friends and what they used to wear before HD cameras, and you see like the grainy, blurred out
graininess.
video, like photos of them at their school parties with curtains.
Yeah. Oh
and all that
man,
shit.
I had them.
You had curtains.
Yeah. At one
Yeah, year 9.
Point, 1 point. Yeah.
Year 9.
Gel, a whole tub of gel on it.
There was a dude in your year who used to gel. He had
Tim D'Souza.
That's it, Tim D'Souza.
He'd have the spikes.
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook, so he'll probably see this. But he'll sorry, Tim. No, but he used to live in Wembley.
Yeah.
and he used to gel it so much.
was crisp.
He was on point, man.
It was hard.
His hair game was on point. At that young age, like he was year 8 and he was on fleek, mate. I was like, yeah.
Who's using gel these days? No one.
No one. It's
wax.
The wax took over, didn't it? When
Yeah.
did that take place?
Sheldon, can you tell us?
When gel started flaking in people's hair,
Yeah,
and it started looking like dandruff.
Dandruff, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Gel was not.
No, but no.
Some of that £1 industrial-sized Wembley Market gel.
Yeah. You know, Wembley Market doesn't exist no more, right?
No,
I thought it did.
No, it's gone, dude.
I was having a
Turn it to
discussion
the
with
stadium.
There's a fucking outlet now.
Yeah, London Designer Outlet.
Yeah, that's where I bought these.
Yeah.
Used to get wicked SNES games there.
I used to buy fucking pellet guns and samurai swords in that place.
Spud guns,
Yeah.
pellet guns, fake shit all
Drugs.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the
probably
days when
drugs,
people
yeah,
used to
if
have
you
their
want
phones
drugs.
around their necks?
No.
No.
And yeah, so like people would have like lanyards, and they were like tie their phones around their necks. It was like a very short fad.
Well, Nokia 3210s.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. They used to do that shit, and then because people used to have lanyards attached to their phones, right? And then some people used to hang around their necks, and then they'll get mugged. And I remember seeing some dude getting that thing just got snapped off his neck.
You've got to be a clown to be wearing a phone around your neck like that.
But it was a shithole, man. Like you think, like you had fun when you were young. But I mean, ultimately, Wembley Market was just shithole. It's just a place for people to cause crime.
I loved it.
Like all the pirate DVDs. Remember Jiggy Jiggy?
Yeah.
So Jiggy Jiggy, the guy would pull out the other bag of pirate, other bag of DVDs, and it was just porn. Yeah.
By the time those boys were coming around, man, I was in the pub. They walk in the pub.
Chinamen, yeah.
Do they still do now?
No,
I wouldn't say now.
DVDs are long gone.
I remember once, right? I was in the pub in Junction, and one Chinaman.
Say that.
Chinaman. Can I say that?
Yeah.
A Chinaman walked in, and he was trying to sell DVDs, and he got turfed out, and then he left his jacket, like they had like those fisherman jackets.
Yeah. Always a fisherman jacket.
Always, yeah, because they got so many pockets, right? They're all like combat pockets, so they can put all the DVDs that ever existed in pirate copy in those. He lost the entire thing, and by lost it as in he left it, we found it and hid it. And then the Chinaman walked in, right? The rest of them walked in, right? And they're all looking around, and then they're all there, and they sat down. They knew it was us that we had it. They couldn't prove anything. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Call the police? Like,
yeah, it's true.
Can't do shit, right? So they ended up fucking off, and I raided that thing for all the porn it had,
all the jiggy jiggy,
all the porn. Dude, I still have some of them. That's the World War, the World Apocalypse porn collection I have.
Lying about.
Just in case my internet goes down, and then my laptop stops working,
I'd be surprised
and my
if you
iPad
still put
stopped
it in.
working. Then I just at that point you whip out the PlayStation. You're like, I need to jack off. I'm gonna put these old pornos in.
This man's a pioneer
Of what?
internet porn, man.
No, I normally just go on X-Hamster.
We're in that bracket where the internet first started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you remember those 3 day
dial-up
downloads?
Fucking internet. Yeah, like I can't
Turn your
remember
computer
what
off before your parents walk in.
Oh yeah.
No, or you see your mum crossing the road from the bus stop, and you're trying to see if you can get a quick 5-knuckle shuffle before she rings the doorbell.
The scary thing is like you're like, okay, now it's time. My mum's here. Keep going.
No, it's true. It's
At that
like,
point, you'd like, I'd suffer through the blue balls and just like, I don't want to get caught, man.
no, at that time, no, it was basically static photos and not the videos that you can get.
Napster, man.
No,
Morpheus.
Napster. Yeah. We used to like a 2
Kazaa.
megabyte.
Kazaa.
Yeah,
Kazaa.
Take 3 days to download.
Yeah, you'd wait all that time and you realise it's a fucking virus and you have to do a clean install on Windows XP.
That was a bit like, do you remember I saw a picture and it said LimeWire back in the 90s when you had to give your computer AIDS.
Yeah,
that was
just because you wanted that song. That one song.
Fuck, I remember the first song I ever downloaded, man.
The amazing thing
All
is
the small things.
Look at it now, right? Mine was Metallica Orion.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Mine was the Mudvayne.
Imagine like now, right? So I could back in the day, right, when we were at the cusp of the internet sort of beginning.
Yeah.
Back then you could if you wanted to know something, it wasn't a term to say Google it, right?
No. Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves, Yahoo.
Or Lycos, the dog.
Lycos, yeah. AOL.com, but basically, like, it wasn't a term saying Google it as if that was the answer to all of your questions.
Yeah.
I could ask you, you can ask me a question now, and I can answer it in seconds. Something that would take me like legitimately a fucking degree to answer, to have gone like a higher level education.
It was in Carter 99.
Yeah, and I can go on my phone right now. This thing I have in my hand, the entire knowledge of the entire world's human history in my palms, and I use it to post dick pics.
Yeah.
So
That's so true.
it's like
Yeah.
Skets love dick pics.
They don't love yours.
that's because he's got 2 inches of hard dick.
Do you remember Text AQA?
No, what's that?
That was like there must have been people sitting in an office or something, and you could text a question. It cost you £1.
Right.
This before Google was really, or smartphones or anything. So you'd be sitting in a pub arguing about something, just text AQA, solve it. Some person would get back to you, but it being like it wouldn't just be like an automated thing. So you could ask it fucked up questions about like your past and shit, and they'd try and answer it, man. It was jokes.
They did something like that where you could I think there was a thing, I can't remember what it was. You could text them and ask them that you wanted to buy something, like where can I get this, and they would then tell you. I think it might still be the same thing, but you like the same thing you just said. But I remember somebody legitimately asked how to buy a goat. And they ended up with the full breakdown of where you can go buy a goat in your area, how to get that goat, how much it's going to cost, and how to house a goat in like in your house.
I'd give it a go.
You'd buy a goat?
I'd give it a goat.
You'd give it a goat.
Yeah.
Is that not a game on the Xbox where you're that wild goat?
It's called Goat Simulator.
That was it, yeah.
It's on the PS4 as well. It's on there.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah, apparently you can just be a goat in this game.
Rampaging. It's like GTA, but
because apparently shooting aliens just isn't good enough anymore. So
Be a goat.
Fuck, man. All right, listen, I'm gonna fucking end this podcast because we're fucking rambling about shit.
We'll have a
Goats.
silk cut.
Yeah, we'll have a fucking. We take piss out of my silk cuts, man.
Silk cuts.
I looked at them. That brought back memories, man.
Yeah, man. They're the most expensive brand in the market. That means I like to smoke. I'd like to give my lungs upper class cancer.
How much is a packet of silk? These
Like
days?
£10, man.
Fuck!
Yeah, dude.
That's steep.
I always wondered when the day would come when they cost £10.
It's legitimately. I went to the petrol station last night to buy them because I went out to a friend's birthday party and I ended up. Actually didn't pay for those.
You stole it.
No. So the way it happened is I walked
After
in.
midnight, it's free.
No, so I walked in, and the chick behind the guy who was going to serve me, I was like, I'll just like take a pack of smokes and that's it. He was, any fuel? And I said no, but I parked my car at a pump, and it was right next to this chick's car, like on the other side on the other pump, and she's going, pump 7, and then they said, oh yeah, that'd be £20. No, she said it's £20, like to the guy, and he went, oh, there's no fuel on pump 7, and I tapped my credit card on there.
Yeah.
So I just walked off. And then the guy was like, as I was walking out the shop, he's like, oh, hold on, I think I charged you for this chick's petrol. So I've still got the cigarettes in my hand. So then the manager comes over and goes, oh, okay, hold on. And then she says to me, can we give you, how did you pay for it? I said, on my credit card. I said, can we just give you the cash? Is that okay? So I said, yeah, it's fine. So she gave me £20 cash. So I paid for this chick's petrol, which was what I got charged on my credit card. She gave me the £20 back, and I still had the cigarettes in my hand. And I just walked.
5-finger discount.
Yeah, and I just walked out. And I was like, cool. So I just walked away with a £10 packet of cigarettes. But normally, normally I would pay £10 for a packet. It would last me like a week.
That's savage.
But yeah, it's fucking. You don't want to do that shit.
No.
Smoking, like I'm literally paying these.
Don't
companies
smoke,
£10.
kids.
Savage Garden.
All right, dudes and dudettes. Anyway, so Sean, just real quick, man. In Search of Sun, you're the drummer. You guys got a gig in Leicester.
Got a gig.
When is it?
November.
Check out the website.
Yeah?
November
Be on the
sometime.
website.
Yeah.
November sometime. We're going to get it out there.
Check all the links.
You get me the links. We're going to link them all down where people can find you. Are you on Twitter? Are you on any of those as well?
Yeah, Twitter, Facebook, everything's there.
Instagram.
Yeah, cool.
Instagram,
nice,
the lot.
And obviously, our guest, as well as you,
The Earl of EasyCore.
the Earl of EasyCore.
What
I'm
up?
Morgan Freeman.
Shemale porn a connoisseur.
Yeah.
And where can people find you, man? You got your own YouTube page, right?
Yeah. Instagram, EarlOfEasycore. And my YouTube is, just search for EarlOfEasycore. Pop on covers of most top 40 stuff. And sick mountain biking edits.
That's it, man. Perfect. Okay, guys. And obviously, you guys know where to find me. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit. Do it so we can get it out there. And thank you very much. And bye-bye.
Peace.
Safe.
Hey, this is Leo here from What's the Damage podcast. If you like this week's episode, feel free to like, share, and subscribe and do all that fucking shit. And hopefully we can get this worldwide. Thanks a lot. Peace.